Welcome back while we do another run up helper. I think this is number 3 by RBJets. Dispatch on the update 212. Hey 58, track 212 be passing in a few. Then you can continue double check your wagon manifest and follow the page. Your work order, I'll contact you in 30 minutes. They just got locomotives everywhere around this place, don't they? So I'm not sure which way this guy is supposed to be passing me. I hear him. Maybe it was this engine I was listening to. So we're waiting on 212 to come by. What about this train? Ah, here it comes. Well, if the game is done, why couldn't we take the track on the left? Makes me very curious as to why we couldn't take the one on the left. Oh well. That old Amtrak. You'd really have all your brakes on if you were stopped. You'd have your little set. Quiet. You have your set and your independent on. So this one should be my signal here. So we're going to give it a minute. It's lined up for me. That must be the reason why we can't go up that track, because there's... Okay. Request to pass signal, prove danger. Oh, restricting. It gave me restricting anyways. So let's go with it. Let's turn our brights back on. Don't have to go too far into the throttle on this one. So how's everybody doing today? Or whenever you're watching this. Hopefully you've had a good day. Let's see, we're gonna go... Empty gondola request for Colton. Stop. Drop all except gondola wagon that to Colton temp track. Okay. Well, that's in about 5 miles. So what's your favorite railroad? So right now we're in an old school Rio Grande. Bought out by, or I guess they're all owned by Union Pacific now. It's a pretty rough spot in the track right there. But my favorite, I don't know, I've always been partial to BNSF. Union Pacific is okay. I got a soft spot in my heart for KCS. It's definitely a love-hate relationship, having had worked with them. But drop down in the comments below. That's question of the day. What's your favorite railroad? About to be able to kick them up here. We're going to go straight to notch 4. We're going to 35 miles an hour. We've got places to be and people to see. We can't be piddle paddling. That old river going over old bridge. We're cruising now, son. Oh, look at that. That's a weird engine in the middle. It's different there. You don't see that too often. Trying to notch all the way down to idle. We'll kind of coast for a couple little bits, and I'll come back up into it. Looks like we're flattening back out. So back whenever this would have been, you know, obviously you just run off of what you know. The real Ray are running, but they got that PTC bullcrap now. And I think it pretty well on the screen tells you your grades and stuff, kind of like this. I'm pretty sure it's a lot like this. I've not been on an engine since they've done all that, so I don't really know. I just know that they're not people's favorite. So, just want to say, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know what this next signal is actually going to be. It's clear block. Because actually, I took a restricting, didn't take a clear, but I'm running like I did. So, if you took a restricting like that, and you wanted to play this scenario and you took that restricting, you'd have to go at a speed, allows you to stop halfway, half the distance of what you see. So, not exceeding 20 miles an hour. It's restricted speed. So if you see a flashing red or a lunar, you know, you have to go restricting speed, and you got to go at the ability to stop before hitting something. So if you got a 15,000 ton coal train or grain train, that's probably like 6-7 miles an hour maybe on straight track. It's not very fast. But if you're just some light engines, or you got not much weight, you could probably go 20. Now a lot of stuff has changed at like the KCS yard. But back when I first started, CTC didn't start for a good few miles outside of the yard, so anything that wasn't main line was other than mainline track. So basically same idea, stopping half the distance, not exceeding your track speed, and anything there was all like FRA 10 mile an hour track, except for the main line. You could do 20 on the main line because it's good for 20, and all that you was running restricted speed. So everybody basically ran 20 miles an hour. Unless they were a really compliant engineer somewhere. Someone, you know, didn't really care that much. But now all that's all CTC through the yard. If you got to drag a cut out on the main line, you got to get a signal from the dispatcher. But we are running on clears now. I don't know, if I was just doing this, that I wasn't recording it for people to watch, I'd have probably done 20. I'd have thought about it. I didn't really think about it till now. But someone doesn't want to watch someone go 20 miles an hour down the track. Be like watching paint dry. I'm going to set me a little bit of error. Because I think we'll be stopping here in a moment. Still trying to figure out what it wants me to do. Uncouple, Colton, temp, and drop track. I'm assuming I'm swinging some gondolas that are on the head end. Where I got a cut of gondolas in there. Probably a cut. That was a lot of air. But that's okay. We're cruising. Good Lord. Quiet. Got a massive air leak in here. Can I drag on this? Oh man, I can. Okay. So we'll just pull this set through here. Look, good for 60 miles an hour. We're about to be cruising. Clear block. Trying to get it to act right. Got us set on a massive set of drop off. Where am I at now? I'm way up here. Stop at the crossover, go via to. So am I picking up? I must be going in light engines in. So that's how you do it. For all those who was wondering how you stop at a signal. So I got my big air set. I've had it set since back here, and I've just drug it up here. Whoa, sorry about all that. Come on, man. There we go. Drop off 1, 2. So that's the rear end of my train. One, 2, 7, 7, 4. Just tie a couple handbrakes. We'll get a release to make sure I don't go anywhere. I would have it red zone, by the way, so that didn't work. Okay, whatever. Oh, I don't see any movement. Almost came off with the wrong card just then. We waiting on this train to get by. Well, what about that train? We just got trains everywhere. There we go. Off into the distance. I'm just trying to figure out what this little old boy here is doing. Kind of get to know this game. You just run it how you run it. Perfecto. Sitting and waiting. Track 1. Drop wagons on. Reverse over track 1, drop them on track 015. That's the lead there. Zero and 5 is this Tark. Looks like we are lined up for it, so. Release. Release, release. Thank you. Three, 2, got a diverging clear into the yard. I'm not sure what that's about. Normally it's all just restricting going in. We'll get it up to speed to get through here. But we'll just let it kind of coast into that track because it looks like it's a dead end track. Before you know, we'll be back on our train trying to go again. Little old fancy river over there. This is kind of like whoever did this, or whatever team did this, did a really good job in my opinion. It looks great. I don't know if you've ever tried to do one of these. I know I haven't really. They're hard. Making a map. Especially modeling it after something that's in the real world. We'll just get it clear of the signal. I'll get the engines clear of the signal. Basically try to get everybody in this little yellow part. Just fluff it on in there. One engine length. That'll do anytime you get them stopped. 5383? I can't remember what my engine is. That sounds right. $53.80. Pull forward at the lead. If you don't do that crap, it'll fail your butt. It's the bad thing about having signals everywhere. I played one of this Mr. Jets, one of the ones like in Miami. It's a CSXT like rail line down there that used to be old SCL. I didn't see a signal and I blew right past it as a red. I was trying to do a bunch of switching and it failed you. Just like, man, whatever. So I'm assuming I'm picking something up somewhere. We got quite a bit of a traffic jam looking like through all this. You got a train sitting here on the main line. I'm sitting here on the main line. Whoever this is came into the yard. Pro request. Gather a prepared flat car pipe wagons on 16. Okay. So it looks like we're lined up for that. Loop track. Oh, that's kind of neat. Oh, he came from like wherever that is. So who knows where he's actually gonna go. There's a zoom in like with my arrow buttons, and then there's a zoom in on my mouse wheel, and the mouse wheel is kind of a pain to try to watch. Gonna make us a couple up. No faster than 4 miles an hour, generally speaking. You would want to do it slower than that, but 4 is considered, up to 4 is like a safe coupling speed. But a 4 mile an hour joint is still pretty hard. But them train cars, I mean, they can take a beating. It's all metal. Almost. There we are. Return. Hold for recouple to formation. So I got a clear block this time. So generally speaking, I would have brake tested these 3 before I put it back on my train. But I'm not doing all that right now, because it takes forever to do. I've no doubt in my mind that these 2 big engines couldn't just pump that thing full of air. Got a diverging clear. I'm not sure why they're holding this train on this second main. In real life, they'd probably get a clear to go. Unless it's something down the line. They wouldn't have waited on us to make a move. So by the time we would have got done setting that out, coupling up, doing a brake test, we would have been out. He would have been out the way a long time ago. But these scenarios pretty limited to what you can do. Now, since my train is on the main line track, I shouldn't be able to get a signal. The dispatcher would have to give me authority past a red. So I'm really curious as to if I'm gonna have to get authority past this red. By the way, you wouldn't just throw 100% on your independent, you'd feather it. But, yep, there it goes. But in really real life, it's freaking loud. But in really real life, these 3 little cars, I mean, would just by no means. Really curious as to why he stopped pulling on them. That's kind of weird. Yeah, so. Gonna stop them. Trying to get this authority past this red. Oh. What happened? The train just disappeared. I know it's gonna fail me out, but when the game doesn't want to act right. Okay, I was able to get past it. So typically, I'm not sure, d&rgw, yeah. So these are d&rgw, I think, is their reporting marks. So you'd be at here, call a dispatch, d&rgw 5380. Need a couple back to my train on main 1. And you go, okay, after stopping the d&rgw 5380, authority to pass, signal displaying stop, couple back to your train, main 1 to main 1. Which you repeat that exactly. And then you can go. You can't just be passing red signals. And it's not going to give you a signal. Now, if you had like train cars here, this stuff would not be CTC'd. It would just give you restricting regardless. Kind of bummed that train just blew up and disappeared. Kind of wanted to watch it go by. So I like how it's called like pipe cars. They're just bulkhead flats. You could put anything on them. But they're probably in the game as pipe load cars. I've almost got them all back together. Almost about ready to pull on them. Last car 1. Half a car. Set of trucks. That'll do anytime. d&rgw 5380. Just get a stretch. Well, I'm not going to do all that. You would usually stretch it out and make sure you got everything. But you get a red zone and you honk your horn. You couple up your air hose and you pump your air back up. It would take a long time. Got a clear block though. Oh. Oh, so this is the end of it. Cool. I was like, that train disappeared though. It went poof. It said, Pah! Then it just went, Merp. That was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. Once again, enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think of these. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.